All right, welcome to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today is November 14th, 2021. Of course, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. You'll get to learn real estate investing, you'll learn stock options investing, you'll get to learn how to hang out in the stock market and learn all the things that we're going to be talking about today. Of course, just a reminder, if you like the show, hit that share button. Share it with someone that will benefit. Share it with someone you like. Hit the like button and let me know you're enjoying the show. Leave comments and get involved. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. On today's show, we're going to be talking a little bit about the market update and what happened today. We're going to be discussing the inflation report. We're going to be talking about how Facebook rules are different for the elite. Interesting. Apple's new iPhone and watch. Of course, Biden's student loan lie, and we'll talk about some really cool buying opportunities. So first of all, let's get right into it. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ, pretty much another crappy day today. The Dow finished down 292 points. For a little while, it was down over 300 points, but still, it's not much of a difference. The S&P is down about 26 points, and the NASDAQ about 68 points down as well. Nothing really wanted to hold today. I mean, I was hoping after yesterday we might see some good news, but we really didn't. And, you know, it's unfortunate because it actually started out pretty good and nothing really held in there. Look, I'm going to tell you guys that it's going to stop soon, but the pain is going to be a little bit painful, especially if you have options expiring this week, like me. But maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be a stock surge in the next couple of days. All right, so what happened today? There was an inflation report, and the August Consumer Price Index, while still showing a significant jump in inflation, came in less than feared. August CPI jumped 0.3 month-to-month, or 5.3 from a year earlier, below the 0.4 increase and 5.4 annual gain expected, respectively, by economists polled by Dow Jones. Look, here's the thing, right? So we have numbers that actually talk about what it did, and we have these numbers, and they weren't that far off of what expectations were. So I don't understand why the market, doesn't see this as a problem. I mean, we're talking about numbers that were 5.3% versus 5.4% annual gain. I mean, seriously, do you really think that that's going to make much of a difference? That's pretty much what they thought it was going to be, so that's pretty much what happened. And I'm going to say that's probably part of why the Dow didn't do so well today. So also, the less volatile core reading, excluding food and energy costs, showed just a slight gain of 0.1% and below the 0.3% consensus increase expected by economists. Basically, oh goody, food prices aren't climbing as much as they were before. Yeah. Of course, here's what we need to worry about. The Federal Reserve is monitoring key economic indicators like inflation readings as it decides when to taper its pandemic-era easy money policy. The Fed begins a 2-day policy meeting on September 21st. That's coming up next week. I believe the Fed will talk about tapering in September and not announce it until November meeting and then put it in place before the year end, said Art Hogan, chief market strategist at National Securities. As far as me, I believe the Fed must taper. The Fed interest rates must go up. We must stop this easy money system, because basically what's going to happen if we don't, we won't be able to fix things in the future if there are problems. I mean, the pandemic, we got lucky, maybe. We got lucky because we didn't need to taper anymore, but we got a lot of it down. I mean, we had 0% interest rates for a little while that they were giving to the banks, and the banks were benefiting a lot. Of course, that's why the banks all went back up. But understand that eventually you're going to get so low that you can't do anything anymore. You can't help anymore. And basically, look, when this happens, when the Fed pulls back their tapering, or when they start to taper, whatever, the market's going to take a temporary hit, and just so you understand, in the future, we're going to benefit from this. Right now, we've got inflation out of control. We've got housing prices out of control. We got rents out of control. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a real estate investor and a stock options trader and a landlord. Oh, yeah, you know what? I like this idea. Let's keep it going so we can keep raising rents, because I'm making a lot of money in rent. Now, let's be honest, okay? Look, the other thing, my advice to you is buy gold, buy silver, and have cash handy for the economic wind change that's coming. The other thing, and it's funny because I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, is also not only cash, not only gold, not only silver, but believe it or not, bullets. Bullets might actually be, or ammo, might actually be some currency in the future, so make sure you have lots of that too. I've noticed that you can go to stores now, you go to gun shops and you can buy unlimited amount of bullets again, so I would tell you to buy some just to have it, get 1,000 rounds just to have it in case you need it. And I don't necessarily mean need it in a war. I mean need it to sell, because eventually they may be scarce and they may be worth a lot of money. So I would tell you to buy some. Anyway, here we go. Let's talk about my favorite topic, Facebook. So if you're watching this on Facebook right now, I thank you very much. But apparently Facebook has rules that are different for you, me, and the people they allow to spew whatever message Zuckerberg wants people to hear. Facebook and other social media started out as a way for many to express themselves without any filters. So basically Facebook says every day, they say what's on your mind, and you can say what's on your mind. However, being a repeat offender of Facebook jail, I'm no longer allowed to express my opinion of politics, masks, vaccines, or any people I don't like. Recently, I was even put in Facebook jail for calling out a scammer who from his post wanted people to wire him $50,000. That's right, when I warned people in the thread, I was told I was bullying the author of the post. Facebook jail, 30-day sentence. Wow. Look, we also know of many Republicans who have been banned from Facebook for less. One comes to mind that used to be president of the great nation this country was trying to be when he was president. Yes, of course, I mean the great President Trump was banned from Facebook. However, it appears from a front page article on the Wall Street Journal, here you go, front page article on the Wall Street Journal that says that Facebook allows hate and injustice from people they like. Once again, socialism and communism rules the media. This explains why the leaders of other countries that chant death to America aren't banned. They obviously aren't bullying anyone because it's clear that the leaders of Facebook, along with the Democrats they support, feel the same way. So go ahead, try it. Post death to America and you won't be banned either. So what does this have to do with Facebook stock? Unfortunately, nothing. Facebook has planted themselves so well in American culture that it will take a nuclear bomb to get rid of them. In fact, I feed this machine with advertising for my businesses and my seminars. It's sad, but I got to do it because it works. Facebook stock will definitely go up, and so will the eyeballs on my ad. As for my post, well, they'll be less political because I need to be able to post. Maybe if I become a left-wing liberal Democrat and say things like kill Trump, they'll give me a free pass too. I don't know if I want to try it, but it might just work. Unreal. All right, anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and from there, we'll talk about what's going on with Apple and their new phones.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and so far we've been talking a little bit about the fact that inflation kind of did exactly what they said it was going to do. The stock market tanked today, about down 300 points, and we talked about Facebook. But I have to tell you something, because before I pulled up this ad or this front page article of the Wall Street Journal, and I didn't notice this until now, but you see this picture, it says something about how New York students are returning to class. And this is PS 85? PS 25 in the Bronx. Now, of course, all the kids are wearing masks, and that was kind of noticeable. But here's something, I want you to take a quick look at this. Now, I wasn't prepared for this, so I can't actually, I don't know if you could see it, But here's something I noticed, that every single kid in this picture is wearing the same shirt. This is a public school. They're wearing the same shirt and they're all wearing masks. Yes, folks, it's time to start calling each other comrades. All right, let's talk a little bit about Apple's new iPhones. Apple kicked off its fall product event on Tuesday by diving right into lots of products and new announcements. So they announced some of the new products. They announced the new iPad, a new iPad mini, the new Apple Watch Series 7. Of course, I just bought a Series 6, so, of course they did that. The iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 mini. Of course, the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro Max. I have to tell you, I'm an iPhone guy and I like my iPhone. It's great, but I will tell you that the 13 is pretty much the same, but it has a longer battery life and a newer Retina display. Look, the Retina display is really nice. It's great. The picture's great and everything's great. But frankly, I don't know if you can notice any more difference on a newer Retina display. So, whatever. If they came out with one, that's great. It is what it is. But the battery life will be great too. However, I noticed that my Apple is, my battery life is good. So the interesting part too about this is that the prices stayed the same last year. So they really didn't change their prices. I think that Apple hasn't been reading the newspaper and they didn't know that we are in an inflationary point and they could have charged more. The new iPads will go on sale tomorrow and ship next week. The new iPhones go on sale Friday, September 17th, and will ship on Friday, September 24th. The Apple Watch Series 7 will ship later this fall, and they did not announce new AirPods. So if you guys ever use the AirPods, they're pretty cool. I like them. I actually was surprised. I actually run wearing mine, and I'm actually surprised that they stay in my ear, and they do. So let's talk a little bit about what happens typically to Apple stock. So let's see if we get Apple stock up here. What typically happens to Apple stock after announcement, just like the old adage says, buy on the rumor and sell on the news. So basically what will probably happen is the stock will probably go down for a few days. As we approach earnings, I would expect the stock to start to rise for basically the same reason. Money managers get excited as earnings announcement day arrives, and they typically drive it up. So look for lows look for the stock in the low 140s, and then it'll rise to even the low 150s again. And I will tell you that my current target for Apple is 160. So I think that's a great play. I think Apple will continue to make lots of money. I know we talked about the other day the fact that the in-app purchase beat the stock up a little bit the other day, but that's temporary. And frankly, I don't think that you're going to ever notice the difference on what the stock's going to do or what the company's going to do. So I would tell you, just keep going. Don't worry about it. All right. Yesterday, we didn't get a chance to discuss this, and I promised you I was going to bring it up today. So once again, let's talk about Biden and the student loan lies. As usual, a politician ran based on lies to the American people. Biden, the current supreme leader, why do I call him the current supreme leader? Because a president follows the Constitution and a supreme leader makes up rules as he leads. Anyway, Biden has promised that he would cancel all student loan debt up to $50,000. At one point he said $10,000, then he raised it to $50,000. Now I'm going to tell you something about this. Something you should know, it's really important, is that I like this idea. I think student loans should be canceled. I think that the people who sign these student loans will benefit highly and greatly from these student loans being canceled. Yes, you and I are going to have this problem once again where we're going to say, well, we're paying for their student loan. You know what? So what? These loans were predatory anyway. So during the COVID government overreach, most student loans were on forbearance plan that allowed the borrower not to pay for almost 3 years. Now, this was great for many suffering from these predatory loans known as student loans. Now they wait for the promised forgiveness only to find out they're getting reminders from their services that the bills will soon resume. As a result, they should take these steps to get ready. So here's the thing. The pause is scheduled to end January 31st, 2022. That means that most borrowers will have their first payment due again sometime in February, depending on the date they began paying their loans. Now, if you're having trouble with this, you need to know that there are ways that you can possibly get another forbearance. So if you're still unemployed or dealing with another financial hardship because of the pandemic, you have some options come February. First, put in a request for the economic hardship or the unemployment deferment. These are the ideal ways to postpone your payments because the interest doesn't accrue under them. So here you go. So if you have a hardship, an economic hardship, or a unemployment deferment, they will actually defer the interest, which is great because there won't be any interest accruing. That's important because what's happening with all these people in these student loans is these student loan, the interest just keeps building and building and building, and you go back to pay it and you owed more money than you started with. This is why it's a bad idea to not pay your student loan or even your mortgage. As you know, we had the mortgage forbearance. If you really needed it, great. But if you didn't need it or felt you can go through it, then I would tell you the best thing for you to have done was to not take the forbearance and actually pay it. If you don't qualify for those two topics, such as the unemployment deferment or the economic hardship, you can use a forbearance to continue suspending your bill. But keep in mind, like I said, the interest will continue, and that will become a problem. Your balance will be larger, much larger, when you resume paying, so don't get stuck on that. It's important to know. All right, we'll be right back. I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on here. But a couple of things I want to mention real quick before we even go to this commercial. So first of all, I want to mention that I have a new book coming out. The book is coming. It's going to be called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong, and you should know about that. Plus, of course, we got the Money Chat Now show. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you're about to see. So you're about to see this contest that we still have going on, and you could win this BMW Z4, and Phil's going to tell you all about it right now.
Hey, if you were listening to Investor Schooling Live today, I'm Phil Falcone, and I made the decision today on air that I'm going to be giving away this car. You want to take a look at it? Let's do it. How would you like to pop your top without ever getting out of the car? Huh? It's pretty cool. You can do it at a red light. You can do it when you see it rainy. You can actually even do it when you're driving, as long as you don't go maybe faster than 10 miles an hour. So I am giving away this car. Why? Is it because I'm crazy? Is it because I'm rich? Is it because of both? Take your pick. I don't care. Let me tell you about the car. We're going to have a contest. We're looking for real estate investors to go to our website and give us a real estate tip. And you can have people that you know vote on the site about which real estate tip is the most quality, most valuable to them. So let's just say that our contest is going to be looking for quality real estate tips and for votes. So you need to get your friends, your family, people who care about you, and real estate investors who are willing to go on the site and vote for it. And I will give you this car.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and we've been talking about some of the things like the inflation report. We've been talking about how the Dow stunk today, went down 300 points, that kind of stinky. We've been talking about how Facebook rules are different for the elite than they are for you and I, and that's very clear because I've been in Facebook jail so many times that I still have the stains from the gate hitting me in the butt on the way in. We also talked about Apple's new iPhone and how there isn't much really going on with the iPhone, except it pretty much has a longer battery life and maybe a new Retina display, which isn't going to be much different. We talked about, of course, the fact that Biden lied about his student loans and the forgiveness, and I'm sorry, all you people who voted for him just on that. Sorry, but that was kind of obvious he wasn't going to do anything with that. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the market, and let's wrap it up. So first of all, you should know that yucky days are buying opportunities. So you need to start looking for these buying opportunities as we approach earnings season. So right now we're at the point where we're about 45 days off of earnings, and earnings would be a good time to start picking up some plays. I like Twitter right now. I think Twitter's a good play. We talked about Apple before. I think Apple is a good play. We talked about one of my new favorites is Coin and Robinhood. these are also going to be great plays. I noticed that crypto started moving down yesterday, but now it's kind of settling again. I'm actually watching crypto. I actually find it fascinating to see how crypto aligns up with Robinhood and coin. So right now, even crypto, so Ethereum, my favorite, is right around 3,300 right now, and that's not bad. I like to see it over 4,000, and I think it'll get there. Also, Dogecoin, my other favorite, is sitting there probably around 23, 24. I don't know exactly what it is. And of course, Bitcoin is still at 46,000. These guys are going to move. And, you know, I don't know much about it, but I do know that if you buy something low and you sell it for higher, you make money. So that's pretty much how my philosophy is right now on Bitcoin. CCL, RCL, and AAL are still on top of my list. So I want to thank you again for watching Money Chat Now. I'm Larry Steinhouse. Don't forget to hit that share button. Don't forget to share this with someone you love. Hit the like button on YouTube. And of course, let me know you're joining the show. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe channel. We need to get as many subscribers as we can. And of course, like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. From time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in the show. The opinions discussed on this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. I want to thank you again for watching Money Chat Now, and we look forward to your continued support tomorrow at 4:03. Thanks so much.